Okay, guys, so last video for FIFA 21, eh? Definitely not going to miss this game, for sure. You guys already know my thoughts towards it since the beginning of the year, to be fair. Just going to go ahead and skip right past these because I do have some Foot Champs highlights to show you guys. The Foot Champs highlights that you guys are going to see is from, I believe it is the... I think it's this... I don't think I played the last weekend. I think I played the second last weekend. They gave me an 85-plus player pack. Hey, man, I don't even know where that came from, but we'll take it, I guess, right? Yeah, so I think this footage that you guys are going to see right now is going to be from the second last Foot Champs weekend. Because like I said, I was really bored. Gaming right now is kind of really dry. The only thing that I could have played potentially this weekend was the beta for the new Call of Duty game, but even that didn't really interest me that much in regards to playing, even at nighttime. Like, I've just kind of been chilling out, going for bike rides most of the time, going downtown, and just enjoying the view, enjoying the sunset a little bit, because in Canada, we have very long winters, so obviously you got to enjoy the weather as much as possible. And it's kind of good that they release FIFA in September time, because during that time period when it's like super cold outside, we don't really do much going out anyways, because there's not really much you can do unless you go to like a restaurant and chill, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and open this 85 plus rare players pack. I'm going to show you guys a team that we're working with. It's literally the exact same team that I showed you guys in the rant video. I don't even think they have promo cards in these anymore. I think it's just like rare gold cards now. Yeah. Yeah, we'll just redeem all that stuff right there, do all that. Yeah, it's the same exact team that you guys saw from the rants video. Nothing too special, nothing crazy. So this is the squad that we are going to be using for the highlights. It's going to be the same 4-2-3-1 from the tactics video that I did show you guys. Honestly, man, when it comes to like FIFA, I've really definitely like come to the conclusion that a lot of my gameplay revolves around relying on attacking AI and defensive AI behaving in certain ways, right? Like when they don't, I feel like I don't perform well because of the formation and tactic that I'm using, right? There are times where I'm obviously facing someone that is just better, obviously. Hard to tell nowadays because being better nowadays is just doing all this stupid stuff in this game with the skill cancels and whatnot. But I guess every FIFA is going to have its own thing, right? Being better is not really, in my opinion, it's not really a thing. Like even if I'm beating someone 2-0, I always tell you guys, like, the score is irrelevant. It just, when you play FIFA, you just get what you get, you know? And you just kind of like move from there. So with this team, it's going to be the same 4-2-3-1 tactics that I normally use. I'm going to show you guys some of the highlights. What I did was I tried to play Foot Champs in like a FIFA 22 way as much as possible, right? So obviously with the Croqueta being nerfed, you're not really going to see that. You're probably going to see that like maybe for one of the goals. Yeah, I think it was for one of the goals. But most of the attacking build-up play that you guys are going to see now is from me actually dribbling, passing, shooting like a normal person, right? So not really using FIFA mechanics for hearsay, right? But yeah, the 4-2-3-1 is the only one that I used. I'm going to show you guys the highlights right now, and I'm going to kind of break down the attack, because even though we're going into a new FIFA game, this is how I've always played FIFA. Like, this has never really changed, right? You just, when you play a new FIFA, there's always going to be new mechanics that you adapt to. You know, Tex is probably the best person at doing this. Like, he's good at football games, but then when a new game comes out, he understands the new mechanics that you have to use really well, and you just have to use it. For me, I just don't like using the mechanics, right? So the most you'll see is like the half croqueta. I don't think the shot cancel is an overpowered thing by any means, especially after the nerf. I did think it was overpowered initially, but after the nerf, I think it's used properly. Like, you're going to see one of the goals that actually came off that was really cool for the shot cancel. But yeah, let's get into the highlights, and we'll break down some of the attack and kind of give you guys a rundown on how I think when I'm attacking in this game. So, okay, guys, so let's see what we have working with here. So when I played Foot Champs, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try FIFA on the PS5 version, and then we'll see what happens, right? Honestly, I played in the PS5 version, and I thought it was genuinely... I personally thought it was significantly worse than the PS4 version, right? So I did end up playing the very first game. This is probably the one goal that you'll see the actual half croqueta, by the ways. This is the one game I played in the PS5, and you can kind of see the graphic switch once I move over to the PS4, because honestly, like, I just felt like there was nothing happening when I was playing on the PS5. Like, on the PS4, I feel like there's actual movements, players are doing this and that at the very least, so I was kind of like, you know what, I'm gonna go switch over to the PS4 version and see what happens. And it did become significantly better, right? So over here, we have the ball with Nani. I can kind of see Gelson Martins drifting wider, right? So he's not in the middle area. If he was in the middle area, it wouldn't have made much sense to make that lob pass to him because the defender would have gotten the ball easily. In a situation like this, you could see Ether with his medium-low work rates pushing the defender out with him when I'm receiving the ball with the pass. And then once I make the initial pass to the players in the midfield, he actually makes that run into the middle. We use the... I think that's the directional nutmeg instead of the, I forget what the other one is called. Honestly, like, this is how much I barely play the game this year. The other one, there's the directional nutmeg, and then there's the bridge, right? It wasn't the bridge, it was just the directional I used that time, but I think they come off the same, I'm not sure, right? But scored a nice little goal right there. Over here we have Ronaldo Sanchez, doing well for us defensively. We get the ball back here. This is FIFA 21 in a nutshell, basically breaking down the side positions as much as possible. He pulls out his goalkeeper. We do a nice little bounce pass. Ether, the greatest player in this game to ever exist, scores a nice little volley for us with his left foot. This Ronaldo Sanchez card was really good. I did actually end up completing him on my main account. I was really lucky because the fodder in my account, I was super shocked that I even had, right? So you can see that I'm using the 4-2-3-1, and Gelson Martins on the balance instruction as my more attacking-oriented CDM does get into that position to score those opportunities, right? Here, I just do a ball roll. I wait for the players to make certain runs. And this situation right here, I do enjoy doing the ball roll to kind of push the ball away from the defender just so I can do a sharp little touch to create that passing angle for myself. Over here, I just shot the ball randomly. Definitely shouldn't have shot it because I'm way too close to the goalkeeper as he's pushing against me. In that situation there, you do have to go for a nice little heel-to-heel, which might be nerfed next year because they changed the speed of the heel-to-heel, so I don't know if it's going to work against the goalkeeper like it did this year, but obviously we'll be taking a look at that when FIFA 22 rolls out. So again, over here, just breakdown of the wide positions as much as possible. Gelson Martins already starts the initial run right here. You guys know me, I like to break down the defense through the middle. Ronaldo playing the cam position, great position for him with Ether in the striker area. With Nani, we do a nice little directional. We do another half croqueta right there. We do a half croqueta into a shot cancel, and with the shot cancel, I was able to go backwards, right, to create that space and get the pass off to Ether. I do think that the shot cancel for FIFA 22, this is a shot cancel right here, by the way, I like being able to do that. That's really cool in my opinion. But I do think that the shot cancel for FIFA 22 is still going to be a super effective way of being able to score opportunities and also be able to dribble quickly in certain areas to open up the space really quickly, right? So in that situation right there, you can kind of see that I did that. I forget that skill move was called. You right stick flick backwards, but then I canceled it, right? Which is why he did the tackle, because once I got through the player there, I just had all that space to work with when it came to the passes, right? So situation like this, Ether obviously making a fantastic run. As you guys know in the player review, I mentioned that he was a good medium-low work-rated player, right? There are some medium-low work-rated players that don't really move that well attacking AI-wise, but I was very thankful that Ether actually did, right? So again, building up the player with Ether, you can see that every time I switch or pass the ball off to Ether, the center back is pulled out of position. So what does that do? It creates space for me through the middle. Ronaldo with his high-low work rates kind of acts like a striker from time to time, which is great to work with. We score that opportunity. Over here, Ronaldo Sanchez breaking down the space through the middle. We see that we just want to build the play up as much as possible through the sides. Nice little directional. We do an awful pass right here, to be fair. But with Ether, we do a nice little body feint, touch, shot. Shot is complete garbage. I don't really deserve to score that one, to be honest with you. Over here, he gets the ball, wins the ball in the air with a header. Headers are super inaccurate in this game, even if you have really good ones. But regardless, we have the ball here with Nani. Ronaldo playing through the middle. Gelson Martins with really good attacking AI. Ether kind of has that characteristic, right, where he kind of drops into the midfield and then pushes forward, which is obviously super, super nice to work with. So as you guys can see, as I'm breaking down my attack, most of it is down to the player movements, right? Like I don't really use the player lock system that much because I do really rely on the players themselves doing those types of things. Like I don't really like using the player lock because I want players to kind of move in their authentic ways, right? So maybe next year will be a little bit different. I didn't play the game too much this year, so I might use the player lock system more next year because it might be super helpful, right? So over here, again, with Ronaldo Sanchez, that was just very basic dribbling, right? I didn't really do too much over there. Just wanted to open up that space with Ronaldo Sanchez on his right foot to score that opportunity as well. So right here with Ronaldo, we're just waiting for the runs to happen, right? So Nani playing in the lamb position with the free roam instruction. ends up making that run at a diagonal angle, right? So that diagonal angle allowed me to score that opportunity, right? So again, most of the build-up that you guys see from the videos and stuff, I do try to play regular football as much as possible. This guy even sent me a really nice message. It's Spanish, but he basically says, you play well, where are you from, right? So some cool stuff there, but that's pretty much it for the highlights, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. I'm looking forward to the FIFA 22 grind because I've been kind of bored, man. Honestly, with gaming nowadays, it's really boring, and I do love football, so it's always nice to be able to create content on a football-oriented game, man. Hopefully the content just rolls out like crazy next year, because I do have Road to Glories, drafts, all that kind of stuff that I can do, so hopefully we can get started with all that. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, my dudes. Love you guys.